Hello and welcome to English 102. My name is Jeannie Anderson and I'm your instructor for the course. This video is going to go over the week 1 material. There is another video that you can find under the announcements page where you can get a tour of Blackboard. But for now I've assumed that you've seen that video, and we're going to start out by clicking on course modules. Here under course modules you'll see that there are weekly links for you to complete assignments. And so we're going to go to the week 1. Now the dates might be different depending on the semester that you're watching this video. I'm recording this video in spring of 2015. So of course current students will be able to follow along and won't have to make any dates adjustments. Okay, each class starts with a description of what is due, along with a list of course objectives. There are 5 objectives for this first week, and that is for you to recognize course policies, for you to identify the steps of the research process, including requirements necessary to successfully reach the end goal of the research writing paper, which is an 8 to 10 page research essay. I also, by this week, want you to understand the first step of the process, which is a 2 to 3 page research proposal to kick off your research. Another objective is to formulate a research plan, recognize rhetorical situations, and establish a learning community on the discussion boards. Okay, the first item in the class today is the research process Prezi. And basically this semester we will be primarily focusing on the research writing process, paying careful attention to research techniques, library basics, source gathering and evaluating, and the overall writing process. This class involves a series of steps designed to help you choose a topic, establish an argument, summarize source material, and synthesize the voices of others with your own. Each assignment is designed to get you a step closer to the major project of the semester, which is that argumentative research essay. By the end of the semester, you will have the tools you need to complete the research process in future classes, your field of expertise, as well as your personal life. Now let's take a look at this link on Prezi. I already have it up, so I'm just going to move over here. Prezi is a graphic organizer that gives you an overview of the major assignments that will build up to your final research essay. Prezi is a cloud-based presentation software and storytelling tool used for presenting ideas on a virtual canvas by employing a zooming user interface. As you can see from the overview, there are a series of 8 circles, each of which represents one of those assignments in the 8-step process. So let's take a closer look. You can navigate through the Prezi by hitting the arrow keys on the bottom, or you can click on any component throughout the presentation to see the units out of order. The first step in the research process is the research proposal, which I referenced a couple minutes ago. Like any research project, you will need to write a proposal and have it approved. Based on my approval, you'll begin your research project. And remember that this is an argumentative paper, so you must have a plausible argument. An argumentative paper requires that you have a point that someone could argue against, and that is worth arguing about. The second step in the process is the summary paper, where you summarize a piece of writing in your own words in a way to understand it. Also, writing a summary requires readers to discriminate the most important information from the least important information within a text. And so by summarizing a work of writing, you'll digest in your own words what the author has said. Now for this assignment, it'll include a draft, which will be 2 pages, along with a final, which is a condensed version of the draft, and it's only 1 page. The third assignment is the working thesis statement, which will help frame the idea that controls your research. Having this statement done first will help you stay focused as you sift through information. And again, remember that your claim must be argumentative, something debatable that someone might reasonably have a differing opinion about. This is a short assignment, 1 to 2 sentences. Okay, next is the annotated bibliography, and that is a collection of source material that you'll very likely use in your argumentative research essay. You're required to use 8 to 10 sources in the essay with a minimum of 3 scholarly sources. And for the annotated bibliography, you'll include 1 book source, 1 popular culture source, 1 popular article, 1 website, and at least 2 scholarly articles. Now you're going to be ready to draft your research paper. And at the deadline of the research paper, you want to have as much done as you possibly can so that you can get feedback on everything. However, the minimum requirement for the draft is the first 5 full pages, plus a paragraph reflection at the end that talks about where you're going from there. Once the drafts are turned in, we'll go through the peer review process. You'll be assigned a peer review partner, and the 2 of you will review each other's work. Also that same week, you'll complete something called the CEA activity. The assignment is designed to help you review your paper from a different perspective. You'll begin with a rough draft of your research essay, and you'll follow the steps to prepare your rough draft using the CEA method of labeling sentences. The E stands for evidence, so you'll read through your essay and highlight in light blue every sentence in your essay that shares an idea from a resource, or that you've summarized or paraphrased from a resource. Then you'll read through your essay and highlight all your claims in light green. Your claims are your opinions. And then finally, you'll read through your essay and highlight in yellow every sentence that explains why the evidence you've shown your readers supports your topic sentences and thesis statement. So basically, why does this support your claims? You may find that you're changing some green sentences to yellow, and that's fine. The overall idea is for you to get a good look at your paper from a different perspective so that you're not too claim heavy and you're not too evidence heavy, and that you have plenty of analysis throughout. And then of course this takes us to the final research paper, which is due at the end of the semester. And the main purpose of doing research is not just to summarize the work of others, but to assimilate and build on it and to arrive at your own understanding of the subject. And so this entire semester will beg the question, what discoveries are you going to make about your research? And that's essentially the research paper process that will follow through the semester with additional checkpoints provided along the way. Okay, let's scroll down now to the textbook readings. There are 2 textbooks for the semester, but we're only going to read from one this week, and that's from the Norton Field Guide. So you'll review chapters 1, 2, 4, and 6. Let's talk a little bit about each of those chapters to get you started. Okay, here we go. Purpose, the primary purpose of the research process is to persuade your audience readers to do, think, or feel a certain way about your argument. It's also to help readers understand why your topic matters and why it is worth exploring. Now, as you'll read in the chapter on audience, you need to define who your audience is. Who do you want to reach with your writing? And what is their background, demographically, educationally, what's their life experience, and what's their interests? What political circumstances may affect their reading? And what are things that they already know? And next, stance. Your stance is your attitude towards your topic and how this affects your relationship with your audience. If you feel strongly about your topic and you're trying to persuade your reader to think the same way, you'll need to consider how your stance may be received from your audience. Write with authority. Your tone should convey confidence. Use action verbs and avoid phrases like I think and in my opinion. Be straightforward and direct in your writing style. Oops, excuse me. Okay, now we're going to talk about key features of academic writing as they're discussed in Chapter 6. First, you need a clear, qualified, argumentative thesis statement. A qualified thesis statement acknowledges the views of others and does not suggest an absolute. Next, you want to present your thesis in response to a larger conversation going on about the topic. You'll find that conversation in the sources you gather, and then you'll add your own voice to the already established conversation. The goal of the research process is not to repeat what others say. Rather, the goal is to use what others say as a platform for your own unique perspective on the topic. To argue well, assert your own position. Then use what others say as a launching pad or sounding board for your own views. In essence, your argument is a response to what others have said or done, or not said or done. As you navigate this process, you'll have to provide good reasons for your claims using evidence from the source material as support. As you present your evidence, you'll acknowledge the multiple perspectives involved in forming this topic. The opposing viewpoints in CQ researcher databases are excellent resources that you can access through the college's library. As you read through your sources, question assumptions, develop strong claims, offer supporting reasons and evidence, and consider opposing arguments. All sources must be carefully documented both in text and on the Works Cited page at the end of your paper. And in this class, we'll use MLA style. One distinct feature of MLA style is that in-text citations include the last name of the source and the page number, but only if it's a print source. There is no punctuation in an in-text citation. Many of you may come across citations that include the last name of the author with the year the source was published, and that is a distinct feature of APA style. Finally, in all your writing for this course, pay attention to correctness using complete sentences, correct spelling, punctuation and grammar, and a clear and concise writing style. Okay, let's use the rest of our time to just briefly go through the additional required readings for the course this week. I, of course, want you to read through the syllabus so that you understand course policies, and you can locate that by scrolling up and clicking on syllabus information. You should also read the argumentative research essay assignment so that you are clear about the capstone assignment for the semester. Additionally, read the research proposal assignment, which is the first major assignment for the course, and your opportunity to formally communicate your research intentions. And if you go to the Assignments tab here, you can access both of those document folders. Click on Assignments, here's Argumentative Research. To turn it in, you'd click here, but right now all you want to do is read what the guidelines are so that you know them. Okay, and finally, you're going to watch the Purdue Owl's Intro to Rhetoric vidcast, which is just a few minutes to help you better understand the rhetorical situation. Here is a link to a research plan worksheet, and that is an optional assignment. You don't need to turn it in, but it is just some guidelines for how to plan out your research. You can find that there, and of course, you can always find that under assignment, under English 102 resources. Any resources I give you will be under the English 102 resources link. Finally, the assignments for today or for this week are to participate in the first discussion by posting a 150-word response to the prompt. And you will also share your research ideas with your classmates through the blog assignments. And you can click on these links to get to those locations, or you can also find them under the quick links, blogs, and discussions. Well, I got about 15 seconds left, so I'm going to wrap up. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. And otherwise, good luck getting started with the course, and I look forward to seeing you online.